This problem was modified from an official GMAT problem. I made sure that the intensity and the philosophy and the spirit of the problem hasn't changed, but I changed the context of the problem and I changed the number of the used in the book for copyright reasons. So make sure, if you're studying for GMAT, make sure you can do problems like this. So let's go ahead and read the question, and I will try to solve the problem. I would use algebra to solve the problem, but feel free to solve it on your own. And if you, for some reason, if you can't solve it, feel free to watch the rest of the video. So let's go ahead and read the question, and I will let you solve the problem on your own. Each member of Team A packed 3/4 as many boxes as each member of Team B. If Team A had 5/6 as many members as Team B, what fraction of all the boxes were packed by the members of Team B? So that's our question. Give it a shot. See if you can solve the problem. And if you can't, watch the rest of the video. What I have here is the same question in smaller font. So let's see how we can start the problem. We're going to assume, suppose Team B had 6x members. Then Team A had 5x members. Now, why did I choose 6x to represent the total number of members in Team B? Because of this. Because I need to find, if Team B has a certain number of members, Team A has to be 5/6 of that. What do we mean by that? 5/6 of means times of 6x is going to be 5x. And that's why it's a good idea to choose 6x for the number of members. Of course, you could choose 6y, 6p. It really doesn't matter. So that keeps my assumptions pretty clean cut without a lot of fractions. So what I'm trying to say here is that if we assume Team B had 6x members, Team A must have 5x members. We're going to use the same philosophy for the next fraction. Now we're going to assume that each member of Team B packed 4y boxes. Why 4y? Because if I want to find 3/4 of 4y, I would get a nice number. So let's say Team B had, each member of Team B packed 4y boxes. I need to know how many boxes were packed by each member of Team A. Well, according to the question, it's 3/4 of this. What's 3/4 of 4y? Well, you can cancel these two 4's and you'll be left with 3y. That's where this 3y is coming from. So in this manner, we can avoid using fractions at this point. So we really want to understand why we assume that Team B had 6x members and each member of Team B packed 4y boxes. Now let's go back and read the question once again. If these two assumptions are correct, what fraction of all the boxes were packed by the members of Team B? So first we need to find the total number of boxes packed by the members of Team A, total number of boxes packed by the members of Team B, and then we can use those two to find the total number of boxes packed by both teams. That's what we're going to do. So the total number of boxes packed by the members of Team B has to be 6x times 4y. Why? Because 6x is the total number of members and 4y is the total number of boxes packed by each member. So when you multiply, that gives you the total number of boxes packed by all the members, which turns out to be 24xy. Okay, using a very similar argument, we can say the total number of boxes packed by the members of Team A has to be 5x times 3y, which is 15xy. Again, why? Because 5x is the total number of members of Team A, and 3y is the total number of boxes packed by each member of Team A. So when you multiply the two, that gives you the total number of boxes packed by all the members of Team A, which is 15xy. Okay, now what is the total number of boxes packed by the members of Team A and Team B? Well, that's not too difficult. That has to be 24xy plus 15xy, which turns out to be 39xy. We're almost done. The question really wants us to find What part of the boxes were packed by the members of Team B? What part of this was packed by the members of Team B? That would be the total number of boxes packed by the members of Team B divided by the total number of boxes. So let's go ahead and do it. So it turns out to be 24xy divided by 39xy. You can cancel xy in this manner, and you will be left with 24 over 39. So it kind of makes sense that B had more members. Each member of Team B packed more boxes. So total number of boxes packed by the members of Team B is more than 50%.